Hey, Kay. Y'all get up on in here. Hey, Kazoo. Hi. Hi. Hey. Oh, my little clip don't fail. Hey, it's Bria. How y'all doing? How's your Wednesday? How's your week been going? Has life been life? Yeah. Y'all come on in here. Say hey. Let me know what program you're in. LPN, RN, Accelerated, BSN, Bridge. What we doing? What we got going on? So tonight is a little bit different, y'all. So I'm starting off from like the basics. So if you got friends and y'all in y'all little group me's and Facebook groups and chats and trying to figure out dimensional analysis and dosage calc, tell them to get here or go to the YouTube page because I'm gonna show you how to do it. So from now on, you can't say I ain't tell you how to do it from scratch. Because we got a lot of new people coming in. If you just started school, put a 1 in the chat. If you are a returning study buddy, put a 2 in the chat. Let me know. I got some LPNs, associates, BSN, RN, LPN. Okay. Oh, we got some new folks. I got some returning, some A1 day ones. That's what's up. I'm excited. I'm excited. So excited. Hey, hey, what's going on? Y'all get in here, double tap in. Double tap in. Let me know what program you're in. You're in this thing. Hey, oncology are in. Ooh, Sylvia. I did oncology for a little bit. I did surgical oncology when I traveled, and then just a little bit of floating when I got back. So I often went to the oncology floor. It's so sad, you know? Like, I don't know. Everything is sad now, but cancer, I swear. I've been struggling with weight-based problems or stress from school weight. My friend has a dosage this week. I'm doing these to help her. Okay, that's what's up. Hey, hello. Hello. So y'all get on in here. I'm going to start fairly quick because I want to go from like this, and this so we can get to the more complicated stuff. So I'm starting off basic, showing you exactly if you ever have a question on, well, why does she have it where we got to start and what is a relationship? What is a puzzle piece? We're going to look at all this. We're going to look at formulas. If that's what your deal is, we're going to look at conversions and how to look at that and kind of get them together. And then we're going to move right along. And then after we do kind of like the basic building blocks, then we'll do some more practice questions. Good deal? Good deal. Hey, y'all. I'm in my second semester. I had peds and med-surg. Oh, shucks. Let me get my clappers out. I can't see. I always have it like in the way. Boom. There you go. Love it. Love it. Currently, if you won, we're getting a drug calc. Okay, that's what's up. We're going to help. We're going to put it down. These are recorded. So we are live on YouTube right now. My YouTube handle is the same as here, a blessed RN. And once we get done studying, because we tend to chit chat a little bit afterwards. And of course, I pray over my life. So if you want to stay for the prayer, you can. If not, hey. But yes, this will be on my YouTube channel now and when we get done so you can see the replay. Just like there are some other replays. I did a PED session, not this past Sunday, but the Sunday before last. And I did another one in April. So all of those are just on there. Every week that the computer cooperates because I had to come on Monday. If you were on Sunday night, we went old school with a whiteboard, okay? And yeah, that wasn't fun for me. So yeah, currently 5th semester, due to graduate December. Oh shoot, it's coming. Oh, you're done. We're just starting. Yes, we are starting. Okay, so let's see here. Let's connect that to that, and we're gonna get started. I'm good. Be cool. What's up? So my reoccurring coming back wanting to do this again with me, study buddies, y'all hang in there, okay? It might be good to review a little bit, but I was doing this one with a heavy emphasis on how exactly does dimensional work, okay? Ooh. Uh-oh, Jenny Lynn. Oh, shucks. Passed my NCLEX in 85 questions on Friday. Oh, congratulations. Nurse Jenny Lynn. Any advice that you want to offer? RN, LPN, do you have a job? What specialty? We want to know. We want to know. That is what's up. Congratulations. Now you can really breathe. Okay? That's what's up. Ah, so excited. All right. So, like I said, we started from the basics. And my THs got cut off on this one. So, please forgive me. But it's supposed to be tenths. Okay? Not tens. I'll be better next week when I pass dosage. Okay, well, hopefully you can get something out of this and pass that, okay? I'm done with my prereqs to start nursing, graduate 2026. That's what's up. It'll come. Nursing school is a drop in the bucket, okay? All right, so rounding. We know that we often have instructions that tell us how to round when we get done. We set up problems so beautifully, and then we get to the end and they tell us to round, and then you don't, and then you get it wrong. So this is how to round. So this part right here, oh, that's the eraser. I need the pen. That's your whole number, okay? Anything to the left of the decimal is going to be your whole number. Anything to the right of the decimal, that first place is going to be the tenths place. Let me move that out the way. The hundreds, the thousands, the 100,000, you know, it keeps on going, okay? I got 100. Okay, all right. Somebody else got 100. Hold on, I'm sorry. Oh, I don't want to miss a victory. Woo! Congratulations. Oh, I love it. I love it. Okay, so tenths, hundreds. Usually you'll see the round either to one decimal place, and that means the tenths. If it's two, it's to the hundreds. And then, of course, they often ask about the whole number, right? So anything to the left of the decimal is the whole number. The whole thing is the whole number, not just that first place, right? So if it asks you to round, you start at the place that they tell you to round to. So if they ask you to round to the whole number, you start right here at the whole number. Then you go one decimal place to the right. Boom. If that number is 4 or below, it's a no-go. That means that this number, that whole number will stay the same, okay? And then the rest of it disappears after the decimal, okay? If it asks you to round to the tenths place, and y'all, I said it cut it off. I don't know why. Maybe autocorrect got me. But you see, I got my THs on the other ones, right? Yeah, 4 below, no go. So if it asks you to round to the tenths place, you start at that place that it tells you to round to. And then you go one decimal place to the right. And so right there, that number is 5 or more. You raise the score by 1. So then our answer would be you keep the whole number just as it is, and then you increase that by 1, right? So you add 1 to 9, that's going to be 10. So you got to add this and increase it to 85. So that one was a little bit tricky, but do you see what we're doing? Start at the place that it tells you to round to, go one place to the right, 4 below, no go. 5 or more, raise the score by 1, and that increases it, okay? Rounding. I have a video on rounding on my YouTube channel that is out. I've got a video on time, military time, how to convert it, how to add it, how to even do the problems that ask you about finding the infusion time. So go check those out. All right. Hey. How many have you done? I just joined. We just started. And if you miss it, then of course it is on the replay on YouTube, okay? Like I said, my A1 day ones, repeat study buddies, y'all give me a little bit because this is just a deep dive into all of the basics, the essentials, so that you can be prepared to do the rest of dimensional. So when you come on these lives, you're not totally lost or, you know, Like, what's going on? Why are we setting this on the top and on the bottom? How do you round? What are the conversions? Okay, so hey, Brad, how you doing? Okay, so metric conversions. Fool me. Okay. Yay. And actually on YouTube, yes, this setup is very much so different from Sunday. I told y'all, if it was your first encounter with me, don't judge me on that, because tech, right? Life be life and tech be taking. Alrighty, so listen. There are a handful of conversions that you're going to use over and over again. When you initially start school, you might have one of those dosage exams where you have to like convert meters and centimeters and decimeters and all of those other kind of conversions that are in that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk type of deal. But once you start like the thick of it, the thick of the conversions and the thick of the dosage calculations problems, these are the main ones you're going to use. The kilogram, the gram, the microgram, and the milligram. Yeah, I found out how to do the clap. I can do the clap on the computer, just not on the phone. All right. So look at this. Now look at this. Your base unit, which in this case is going to be a gram, right? It's always going to be 1. So that is the base. That's the base. The unit, it could be unit, it could be grams, it could be liters, it could be meters, right? So 1 gram, if we're going from the base unit and we're going smaller, so think about it as a 1 gram cookie, right? If you have a 1 gram cookie and you smash it, that's going to be 1,000 little pieces, right? So what's the next unit over? The milligram. So it takes 1,000 milligrams for 1 gram. All right. So then if you pick up one of those little milligram pieces, those little crumbs, right? And then you squish it even further, that's going to be 1,000 little microgram pieces, right? So do you see what I'm picking, what I'm dropping? Are you picking up what I'm dropping? They're all 1,000 apart. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. So then we get over here to the big kahuna, the kilogram. You see how big it is, right? So if you have 1 big old kilogram barrel of cookies, the amount of cookies that's in there is 1,000 of them. Because remember, we started at that 1 gram, which is 1 cookie. And then we smashed it into crumbs to make it smaller. But since we're going to a bigger unit, we're multiplying. So that means it's more than 1 cookie. So it's 1,000 cookies in this big old bag, which is a kilogram. Make sense? Kind of put in perspective. I love dosage calculations too. So you're not weird. Amy, yeah, you can send it to me. I was looking for you earlier. I just watched this on your YouTube because I didn't see you. I told you I was coming. I was coming. Both my kids got strep. It's been a wild Wednesday, but hey, we still here. We're here. We're going to get through it. But does this make sense? All of these units, if you're going from kilogram to gram to milligram to microgram, and these are the ones that you use that are in your problems the most, they're 1,000. So micro is the smallest thing. So then you know that 1 milligram is 1,000 of those smallest little pieces. All right. Your son got strep too. I pray for healing completely, and I pray for your strength during that time, because sick babies are no fun. No fun. All right. So for my formula people, the drop factor, which is drops per minute, and drops per minute be putting a lot of people in a chokehold. I don't know why, but it does. So this is the formula for it. I don't like memorizing formulas because I don't have that much hardware left in my head. I got a billion zillion other things, right? And if you don't memorize this one, wait a minute. Come on, let me put the little pin on here. This one important part, the minutes at the bottom, because it's volume over time. If you don't put that time in minutes, then your formula is going to be jacked up. It's not going to work because you're looking for drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. So if you don't put it in minutes on the bottom, say you've got 500 milliliters to go over 2 hours and you don't put 120 on the bottom, then it's not going to be right. So if you want to memorize the formula, there it is. If you want to put together puzzle pieces and solve with dimensional analysis, then just hold on. We're going to get to how to do a whole bunch of different types of dimensional analysis problems, okay? Y'all make sure y'all share this with your friends, with your cohort, with folks you in school with your mamas, your auntie, your grandma. They can learn how to do this too, okay? We're trying to get everybody through with dosage. With drops, use minutes, and they go at the bottom. All right, so that's that. And when you're looking at your IV problems, you're looking for the volume. So how much of this medicine or this fluid they want them to have over the infusion time. How long will it take to infuse in the vein? Do not get this confused with the frequency. The frequency will say every in front of it, every 8 hours, every 6 hours, every 4 hours, or it'll be the other SIG code like BID, TID, and QID. We want to look for the words that says to give in, to infuse in, to go over. Okay. All right. Yes, this is on YouTube. This is on the tube of you. Go there and like and subscribe and thumbs up and all of that stuff. Now, hurry up, go so you won't forget. Come right back, right? So then we know that we have another flow rate, which is for your IV pumps. So when you see in fluid infusion device or electronic IV pump, this is what it's going to be looking for. Remember, we're looking for the volume, how much to give the patient over how long to infuse it in. So this one's going to be milliliter per hour. And so that's a really simple one. Sometimes they'll give it to you in minutes, so you have to convert your minutes to hours if you use the formula. But if you do dimensional analysis, I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, this is just for the formula, people. So y'all can't say I'm discriminating against you. I love you all, whether you're formula, ratio, proportion, or dimensional. Dimensional is just easier for a lot of people who aren't strong at math, and it sets up easier. You don't have to memorize formulas because sometimes the formulas don't fit for what you have, and then you're confused and lost. So I'm going to show you, even if you don't know what the heck you're looking for, you're still going to be able to find your way. Okay. All right. Boom. Metric conversions. So these are your common conversions that you'll see. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Know it, love it, eat it. You'll always see that one. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Okay. Then 1 pound is 16 ounces. Some of your pediatric problems, when they say, oh, that baby was 8 pounds and 10 ounces. Well, we can't convert pounds and ounces to kilograms. You have to have it all in pounds. So that conversion, 1 pound is 16 ounces, will come in handy. I've seen some problems, like when you first start, when they're testing your knowledge on how to do conversions, where they ask you to convert pounds to grams. So 1 pound is 454 grams. All right, my favorite, the household, the teaspoon, the tablespoon, and the ounce, okay? So you put a teaspoon on top of a table, don't you? So that's the smaller one. The tablespoon is the bigger one. That's something that you can remember. If you don't remember, I don't know which one is bigger, the tablespoon or the teaspoon. You put a teaspoon on top of a table, all right? So then you see how you have teaspoon, tablespoon, then an ounce. Right? 5, 15, 30. 5, 15, 30. 1 teaspoon is 5. 1 tablespoon is 15. 1 ounce is 30. That's what you need. Okay. This right here is how to calculate. Yeah, quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick. I know. Somebody was gonna say it. I did it. I put it out there. I'm ashamed, but it works. Oh no, who's calling me from a lion trail? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Can you hear me now? I had a phone call. Reliatran was calling. Folks talking about their doctor's appointments. Business. Okay, so this is something that you will have to know. Okay, you just gonna have to know it. You just gonna have to know it. But it's not hard. So BSA is measured in meters squared. So I don't think I put that on there. But it is just the height and the weight multiplied or divided by 3,600 if it's in the metric conversions, or if it's in the US system of measure, it's divided by 3131, and you just take the square root out of it. You just simply plug in the values and that's it. That's it. Okay? 15, 5, 15, 30 teaspoon, tablespoon. You trying to beat it to your brain. Don't worry. It's pinned on top of my page. Okay, that was when I was in the magazine. All right. So, here we go. So, we all know that I am a tutor. Body surface area. That's what BSA is. Okay, we all know that tutor. So this is part of my tutoring website. All of these slides that I'm about to show you are on my website, www.abrntutoring.com/resources. So if you're like, wait a minute, you're going too fast, I want to see it again, you can go to my website and you can put in your email and you can get everything that I upload on that part for free, and you can print it out. Okay, boom. So, solving with dimensional analysis from metric conversions. All right. So we got 8 cups equals how many milliliters, right? So we're going from household to metric, metric to household. So the first thing that we're going to do when we do every single problem tonight is we're going to find our goal. What is it asking us to find? Okay. In this case, we want to find milliliters. All right. Second step, you pull out your conversions that you need. So we've got cups and we need to go to milliliters. So we know that 1 cup is 8 ounces. 1 ounce is 30 milliliters. Okay. You start with what you're looking for. Everybody asks me, is it necessary to start with what you're looking for? You don't have to do anything, but it is easier for you to start with what you're looking for. You have your goal already, and you know that everything else that comes up needs to be crossed out. So if you're not sure what conversions you need and what needs to be crossed out, it'll easily be accessible and you won't be lost in the sauce. Okay, I only tell you these things because I found different ways to do it. This is the way that seems the easiest, and I really hope that it helps you, because where do I go? How do I start? What I look for? So every single problem, we're going to start with what we're looking for. That's going to be the first thing, and it's going to go on the top. Okay, so dimensional analysis works in relationships of things, and I call those relationships puzzles. So everything that goes together will be on its own individual puzzle piece. And if it isn't with anything, just like 8 cups is by itself, that's fine. They're living single and they're ready to mingle. So keep it by itself. But we know that 1 day is 24 hours. 1 hour is 60 minutes. 1 minute is 60 seconds. We just saw all those other conversions. They equal each other. So that's what I mean by relations. We're going from the relation of this unit that equal each other to the next, and that everyone crosses out until we get to where we look for. That's how dimensional analysis works. Okay, you might have seen it in chemistry. That's where I know I've seen and learned stoichiometry, and I didn't get it. I'm like, why are we going from moles and this and this and this, and you got to put this on the bottom, on the top? So that's why I'm telling you, this is how we're going to do it. You put your relationships with each other. You start out with what you're looking for. What's on the bottom has to go with what's on the top. So we're going to use our puzzle pieces to solve a puzzle. The goal that we first identify is that picture that's on the puzzle box. We want to get our equation to how that picture on that puzzle box looks. Okay. In order to do that, we get our puzzle pieces, which are those relationships, and we make them fit together. And then we have to cross the units out on the bottom and on the top. Once all those units are crossed out, you will be left with what you're looking for, which is that picture on the puzzle box. Okay? This is on YouTube. Huh? Stock who? What's that? Comment when you finish. Okay. All right. So this one, we start with what we were looking for. 30 milliliters is 1 ounce, okay? Because that was our conversion. That was our puzzle piece. In real life, you keep a puzzle piece together. You don't separate it and cut it. You don't use it more than once. And then when you pour it out the box, sometimes they just fall all over the place. And then you have to pick it up and place it and manipulate it to how you want it to fit, which is perfectly okay. Because if we were looking for ounces and the goal was ounces, we could flip this and have 1 ounce on the top and 30 milliliters on the bottom. A puzzle piece is a puzzle piece no matter which way you place it, okay? Because they equal each other. So then the next part. You align the rest of your unit so that what's on the bottom and on the top cross out. So we started with 30 milliliters is 1 ounce. Then we have ounces at the bottom. So I had another conversion that says 8 ounces is 1 cup. So you see how the ounces crosses out. Now the cups crosses out. And the only thing that is left is the milliliters. And that is what our goal was to find. So on all of your questions, you want to find what that question is asking you. So then once all of your units are crossed out, you multiply across the top, you multiply across the bottom, then you divide the top by the bottom and you label your answers. Now this only works if you put the unit of measure by the numbers, because you see that the magic, how it works, the juice is in the units. You don't know what's going to cross out and what's to put on the bottom and what you put on the top if you don't write the units out, okay? All right, so let's do some practice problems. Y'all ready? Oh, stoichiometry. Sorry. I was like, stock eye. What is that? All right, let's do the first one. So 55 kilograms equals how many pounds? So what's our goal? Our goal is pounds. So then what are our puzzle pieces? I have 55 kilograms. And I know that 1 pound, well, 1 kg equals 2.2 pounds, okay? If I'm looking for pounds, I'm going to start with my pounds at the top. So I see I have this puzzle piece right here, okay? I can flip it because I need what it is that I'm looking for at the top, all right? So 2.2 pounds is 1 kilogram, and I've already used it, so I can't use it again. So now I've got kilograms at the bottom. I need this puzzle piece right here that has kilograms in it. Okay, so 55 kilograms is going to go at the top, and I put it over 1 because remember we said that it was single, right? It was living single. It wasn't with anything. It didn't have a relationship. It was just by itself. Anything over 1 is going to equal itself. Okay, so the 1 is mainly a placeholder to show you that that goes on the top line of numbers to multiply. It doesn't go on the bottom because the bottom one is going to be divided. So if you put it on the bottom, it's going to change your answer. It's going to be wrong. So my kilograms crosses out and I'm left with just pounds, okay? Sherelle, I ain't studying you. I am not studying you. My sister-in-law is on here and we have a running joke. She was like, you in this math, but she was like a math major in college. I was like, how do you major in math? This is just like puzzle pieces, right? So our answer would be 121 pounds. Oh, shoot, Anaya, go ahead, girl. I didn't see it. Oh, puzzle, passing with puzzle pieces. Congratulations. All right, so let's do another practice. Let us go from 25 milligrams to grams. No, 250 milligrams, excuse me. To grams, okay? So if I am looking for grams, my goal is grams. All right, so I have 250 milligram. That's a puzzle piece, okay? And then I know that 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, because y'all remember we had that 1 gram cookie and then that 1,000 milligram crumb that came together, right? Right. So if I'm looking for gram, I'm going to start with the puzzle piece that has the gram in it, and I'm going to put it on the top. So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Now I've got milligrams at the bottom, so I need to throw my milligrams at the top to cancel it out, right? So that's this puzzle piece. 250 milligrams over 1. Milligrams crosses out, and then I'm just left with my goal. So then we divide 250 by 1,000, or you can move your decimal place, but I'm not going to get into that and confuse you. So this would be how many? Sorry, not milligrams. Grams. Okay. Yes, I'm doing more complicated questions. I am going to get into the thick of it so we can practice what we're learning now. We're just kind of going over some stuff for those who are new, who have started school, because there's a lot of people that have started and you know, dosage has their foot on their neck. So I'm like, wait a minute, and you've asked me to do this. So we're just doing a refresher, kind of introduction. We got to help the babies out. Yeah, the young ones, what they say, they're on milk. All right. So you're welcome. All right. Which one we want to do next? Let's do 5 cups to ounces. All right. 5 cups equals how many ounces? Okay. We sipping milk over here. Only 2 weeks for me. That's okay. That's okay. We're going to be into the thick of it. The meat and potatoes in just a little bit. Just you hold on. All right. So if we're looking for ounces, that's our goal. So I got 5 cups equals 1 ounce. So I know that 1 cup equals 8 ounces, right? And I know I have 5 cups from my problem. So if I'm looking for ounces, I'm going to start with ounces. So 8 ounces is 1 cup. Then I have 5 cups. That's my other puzzle piece, right? So use this one, use that one. And you see, I'm writing it different, so you can see that it doesn't matter how you write it out, okay? So you put whatever you're looking for on the top and whatever it's equal to on the bottom, and you can flip them, alrighty? So now we've got what? 8 times 5 is going to be 40 ounces. Okay? So then let's see. Let me show you this one, and then we'll do this one. So 16 pounds. Remember I said we can't go from pounds and ounces to kilograms. We have to convert all of it to pounds because we only know that 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. We don't have the ounces part in there. So we convert this part to pounds, okay? So if we're looking for pounds, we know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. And then we have 6 ounces, and we'll put it over 1. Ounces crosses out, so that's going to be 6 divided by 16. And that's 0.375. All right? So that's pounds. So we'll add together our and see that? That's a no-no. That's called a trailing zero. That will get you points taken off every single time, okay? So then we'll do 16.375, and that's your new pounds, all right? So since we got pounds all together now, we can then go from those to kilograms. All right, so we're looking for kgs. We know that we have 16.375 pounds. And then we are, what are we doing? We do 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, right? I need to move this because it's making me mess up. All right. So 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. Then we've got our pounds on the top that cross out. And now you have kilograms left. So you divide by 2.2. Okay? So you always start with what you're looking for. Put it on top. Make sure that that puzzle piece is right there. If you need to flip it, you can. 16.375 divided by 2.2. And that's going to be 7.44 kgs. I didn't have any room because my logo was right there. Okay. So is everybody kind of getting the hang of it on how you set these up? Because a lot of people are like, well, where do I put the 1? What goes on the bottom? What goes on the top? What comes next? Is this making sense? So then 75 milliliters equals how many? That's fine. We look, we'll go over it, and once you have your light bulb moment, it shines bright. It shines bright. So we're gonna do the same thing all throughout the night, and then sometimes it just takes practice. Okay, so don't get down and downtrodden. It's gonna come. Okay. And yeah, y'all help out in the chat too, right? So if we're looking for teaspoons, that is our goal. Okay. So I know that I have 75 milliliters. That's from the problem. That's a puzzle piece because that's what I have. And I'm looking for teaspoons. So I know that 1 teaspoon equals 5 mLs. So when you're looking for your puzzle pieces, you want things that can cross out, right? Things that equal each other. If you're looking for teaspoons and you have milliliters, you know that there is a conversion from teaspoon and milliliter. So that's how I'm like, okay, this is what I need. Okay. Your problem is remembering the conversions. Okay. Let's see. Some people use flashcards. I like to see it set up in a type of way, like the 5, the 10, the 15, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense to me. So yeah, make flashcards and write them over, and then sometimes it just helps to do the problems over and over and over again. Repetition. All right, so 1 teaspoon is on the top, 5 mLs is on the bottom, because that's what my conversion was, right? That was my puzzle piece. I used it and put what I was looking for, which is teaspoon. So now I've got milliliters on the bottom. Okay, I need milliliters to go on the top. And that's this one, so that the milliliters will cross out and I'm left with teaspoon. Okay, so 75 divided by 5 is going to be 15 teaspoons. You multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom. Your videos on your page really help. Oh, thank you. I'm glad. I need to do some of them over, but life be lifing. It be coming hard and fast. I'm telling you. So just bear with me. Bear with me. All right. So that's how you do conversions. Moving on to oral tablets, liquids, and your parenteral meds. All right. So the problem, the doctor has ordered 80 milligrams of a statin drug by mouth daily at bedtime for a patient who was diagnosed with a CVA. Available from the pharmacy is drug A. How many tablets will the nurse administer to the patient for 1 dose? You said life definitely be lifing. I'm telling you, stay strong though. Stay the course, right? So the first thing that we do is identify the elements from the problem and what our goal is. So our goal was what? Better? You have not because you asked not. Yes. This is awesome. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Jermaine Jackson. Ooh, I'm fighting the urge. I'm fighting the urge. I would not do it. I'm not gonna say hee hee. I said it. God dog it. Alright, so anywho, goal tablets, right? So we have 80 milligram, that's ordered, right? And we've got a tablet from the pharmacy that's 20 milligrams. So you write your necessary conversions. You got one tablet, which is 20 milligram, and then one dose, which is 80 milligrams. So we start with what we're looking for. So one tablet is going to go on the top because that's what we were looking for. And we have one tablet is 20 milligrams. One tablet equals 20 milligrams. All right. So they equal each other. They're on one puzzle piece. So then the rest of it has to align. So you see we got one tablet is 20 milligrams. Then the next thing we do is put our milligrams at the top. So then they cross out. The milligram crosses out. And then you're left with how many tablets per dose. So when you see something in the question that says per, imagine that per is a line, tablet / whatever. Okay, so like when they say milliliter per hour, so the milliliters on the top, that per is that line, the hour is at the bottom. Milliliter per day, tablet per dose. Okay, all right, so then we multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then you divide. So the answer would be 4 tablets, right? So let's do a practice one. So we're ordered Thyrafix. I don't like that one because I messed up with the decimal. All right, pink methicillin. How many of y'all love to take the amoxicillin when you were a younger kid? Like it was good. Like I like taking them out, the amoxicillin, the pink stuff, right? So anywho, pink methicillin, 500 milligrams by mouth twice a day for 10 days. I know you did. Look, ain't nobody else gonna tell it, but whatever. Available is pink methicillin, 125 milligrams per 5 milliliters. How many milliliters will the nurse administer for one dose? How many milliliters is needed for a 10-day supply? So this thing is asking us 2 different questions, right? All right. So let's take the first question first. How many milliliters per dose? Oh, I need to put my thingy thing on here. All right. So our goal. Why is it so thick? I mean, good goodness. Milliliter per dose. Okay. So what do we have? We have 500 milligrams. So a complete order consists of the medicine, the name of the medicine, okay, the strength of one dose, all right, unless it tells you milligram per kilogram per day, per hour, per minute, or whatever. It's dose. This is dosage calculations. So 500 milligrams is one dose, okay? You got the route, which would be PO. If it was IV, that's in the veins, but PO is orally. And then the frequency. This is what's going to be the culprit of many of your confusing moments. The frequency. Frequency is how often you give a drug in a day. How often you give the dose, okay? So BID means 2 times a day, like bi. TID means 3 times a day, like tricycle. Then QID means 4 times a day, like quad, 4, right? And then this last part, that 10 days, is called a duration. Uh-oh, Lydia, go ahead. I'm an HHA. I want to be a CNA, then an LPN, but I'm learning now. Okay, Marie, that's what's up. Get in there. Come on. We not discriminate on anybody who wants to get ahead and learn, all right? So, we know that 500 milligrams is one dose. Okay? Is this asking how many milliliters per day? It's not. So this is going to be what I call fluff. This is how we're going to use the goal, which is what the question is asking you to find, to help you identify those puzzle pieces. Since it's not asking us for how many milliliters are in a day, we don't need that for this problem, okay? All right, so then I also have my concentration is 125 milligrams per 5 milliliters. All right, so if I'm looking for milliliters on the top, I'm going to start with that puzzle piece that has the milliliters in it. So I'm going to flip it because I can flip a puzzle piece to fit my puzzle, right? So we'll do 5 ml over 125 milligrams. Okay, so now I've got milligram at the bottom. I need milligram at the top. So then I'll use this puzzle piece right here. 500 milligrams is 1 dose. Milligrams crosses out, and then I don't have anything left, but I know that I've got milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom, which is my goal. So now I can finally do the M word, the math. Okay, so we'll multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, and then divide the top by the bottom. Cool gal. I flipped it because this is what I need. I need all of everything to cross out except for milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. That's how we're going to get to our goal, because we want to answer the question and we want to give the question just what it answers, okay? That's why we flip it. And you can flip it, you can flop it, you can do whatever. It's going to still equal each other, all right? But we want everything to go except for what it is that we're looking for, which is milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. Does that make sense? If not, it'll come. It'll come, because we're going to do these problems the same way, all of them. We're just going to be looking for units, okay? And crossing them out and seeing what the goal is. So we'll do 5 times 500, which is 25,000, divided by 125, which is going to be 20 milliliters per dose. Okay? It makes sense? Oh, shoot, you passed. Go ahead. I love it. I lost count. Is anybody keeping up with count? We got some NCLEX. We got new nurses in the house. We've got people passing dosage. I love it. I love it. BID is not a factor because BID is the frequency. What did we say the frequency was? How many doses, how many times you give a dose in a day. I told you that was going to be the part of your confusion, right? So we were looking for how many milliliters per dose, not how many milliliters per day. So therefore, if it's not asking you anything about the whole day's worth, you don't need the frequency, because you've already got the amount for the dose, which is 500 milligrams. Exactly. Thank you, Tiffany. Not for, yeah, so we're going to use the frequency, but not for the first question, because we just needed it for 1 dose. All right. I got some weight base coming, Miss Pretty Poodle. Tonight was just kind of like a deep dig, a deep dive, and start at the beginning type of deal. Oh, shoot, you passed your T's? Come on now. All right. Love it. I love to see it. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. All right. So the second part of this question was, how many milliliters is needed for a 10-day supply? Did this say per 10-day supply? No, it didn't. It said for 10-day supply. So we're just looking for milliliters, okay? That's what our goal is. So once again, we need to see what our puzzle pieces are. So we know that we have 500 milligrams is 1 dose. We have 2 doses in 1 day. We've got 10 days that it's ordered. And then we've got 125 milligrams per 5 milliliters. That is the medicine. Okay. All right. So we want to know how many milliliters. So this is like what I would do in my pharmacy technician days. How much milliliters do we need to fill the whole prescription, right? So you're welcome, Nicole. Y'all make sure y'all go to the YouTube and subscribe, and you can look at all the replays that I do and other problems that are broken down. I sometimes throw out some little practice questions hither and thither when life ain't life and so hard. Your birthday is today? Yes, Britt Brad, happy birthday. Yes, I seen that you passed. I clap for you too. Here you go. Here you go. You get another hand clap. All right. So listen, if we're looking for milliliters, what are we going to start with? Y'all let me know in the chat. Sherelle, don't do that. Don't do that. All right, we're looking for milliliters, okay? Our goal is milliliters that's needed for the 10-day supply, okay? All right, so I'm going to start with this puzzle piece that has my milliliters in it. I'm going to flip it because I'm looking for milliliters. That's the first thing that I'm going to use, and it's going to go on the top, okay? So 5 mLs over 125 milligrams. Now, my milligrams have got to go because that's not part of my goal. I just need milliliters, right? Yes, I have a YouTube channel. We're streaming live right now. It's a Blessed RN, okay? Same name and handle as on Facebook and on Instagram and on YouTube and TikTok, okay? So we've already got our milliliters, right? So everything else has to cross out. And we cross out things by putting them on the top and on the bottom. So now I've got milligrams. So I'll do 500 milligrams is 1 dose. Milligrams crosses out. Now I've got dose on the bottom. So I need dose on the top. So we'll do this puzzle piece because I've already used that one, right? So 2 doses are in 1 day. Dose crosses out. Now I've got day on the bottom, so I need day on the top. I've got this last puzzle piece left, so I'll do 10 days, and I'll put it over 1 because it's not in a relationship to anything. It's just by itself, right? So days crossed out. The only thing that's left is milliliters, okay? So we'll multiply all of these numbers across the top, all of them across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom, okay? And while we're doing this one, I want to show you what I call the calculator trick. So sometimes these numbers can get really, really long. They'll include zeros. And if you don't put the zeros back into the calculator, then you might get the problem wrong. A zero makes a whole heck of a lot of a difference in the world of dosage calculations. So we're going to put all of our numbers in across the top. So 5 times 500 times 2 times 10. Then we're going to hit divide. We're not going to hit equals. We're going to hit divide. And then we're going to put in all of our numbers across the bottom, and we're going to hit divide in between those. So 5 times 500 times 2 times 10 divided by 125. And then you can put the ones in if you want to, but they don't make a difference. All right? So then you hit the 100 milliliters. Okay? Is it starting to make a little bit of sense? For those who are a little bit shaky on what to start with, how you cross your units out, what comes next. If not, stay here. Don't you leave. We're going to do it the same way for all of these different types of problems, okay? Y'all want to do this other one with the feel better ceiling? I need you on my shoulder. Well, some people say that they hear me in their head. I don't know if that works. Okay. All right. So the provider has ordered antibiotic for a patient diagnosed with pneumonia. Feel better ceiling. 500 milligrams IVP, which is IV push. That just means you're pushing it in the IV. When you see stuff that you don't know about and you're like, what is that? Don't worry about it. It's not concerning you right now. You'll get to that road when you cross it. Every 8 hours for 5 days, okay? The pharmacy has sent Feel Better Ceiling 1 gram per 2 milliliters. How many milliliters will the nurse administer for 1 dose? Okay. You're welcome, Jermaine, for the calculator trick. I hope you like it. I like it. The less steps that you take, the less mistakes that you made. I feel like when you're going and doing all these calculations and putting them in and writing them down and putting them in, that's more steps. You can easily make, a human mistake. So eliminate steps. Quit making it hard on yourself. I'm trying to make this the easiest way possible for you. Okay. All right. So the goal is milliliter for 1 dose. Okay. So goal milliliter per dose. That dose part is very, very important because look at the order. You got 500 milligrams, which is 1 dose that's given every 8 hours for 5 days. So we know that in 1 day, if you take 24 hours divided by 8, that's 3. So that means there are 3 doses in a day. Sometimes it will ask you how many milliliters per day. This one says milliliter for 1 dose. So that dose part must be put in the goal. I have a dosage and calculations test tomorrow. Thank you so much. You're welcome. I pray you pass with flying colors. All right. So now, what are our puzzle pieces? So remember, this is 1 dose. So 500 milligrams is 1 dose. Okay. Is it asking about a day amount? No. So we don't need the frequency and we don't need the duration. Okay? Are you picking up how we use our goal to cross out the fluff? Because sometimes they can be real fluffed up and get you confused and you're trying to fit everything in there and it doesn't belong. Okay? So we got milligrams per dose and then we've got our medicine as 1 gram per 2 ml. So if I am... No. Okay, sorry. It was trying to cut me off. So, if this is looking for milliliter, what are we starting with? We start with what we're looking for. All right? So, boom. I'm going to take it because I got milliliter in this puzzle piece and I'm going to flip it and put it at the top. Okay? So, 2 milliliters is 1 gram. Next, I've got grams at the bottom, but my puzzle piece does not have milligrams in it. I mean, grams in it. It has milligrams. You can't put a milligram on top of a gram and expect for it to cross out because remember we showed that conversion chart on how they're all separated by the factors of 1,000. So you can't put a milligram on top of a gram. That's a fraction of that. So we've got to do our conversion right here. So this is where knowing your conversions comes into place. So we'll do 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Grams crosses out. Now we've got milligrams at the bottom. So now I can put this puzzle piece on the top because I can cross out my milligrams. So 500 milligrams is 1 dose. Milligrams has crossed out and I have milliliter on the top and dose on the bottom. And now we can solve with the numbers. Okay. So I'll do my calculator trick. 2 times 500 divided by 1,000 equals 1 milliliter per dose. And you make sure you label your answer once you do the math because some people will count it wrong and you won't get the credit for it. Is this making sense? Put a 1 in the chat if it's making sense to you. We got 168 people in here and I done broke down all of this dosage calculations and I got 2.2K likes. I know. I know. Okay. Yeah. That's what helps the algorithm get more nursing students like you and push it to the FYP. I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to help you. We need it. Look, you see this? Med surge. We need y'all on med surge, ICU, ER, ED, psych, whatever, peds, labor and delivery, and I'm trying to get you there, okay? I'm not even accepted to nursing school yet, but I'm trying to see what you're in for. Okay, Kelly. Can you use the calculator on a test in nursing school? Most likely you can. Somebody said that they had to do long division. I was just like, what? Get the heck out of here. I'll be starting the ADN program, then going back to the university pre-nursing student. Okay, well, welcome. I hope that you will come back. All right. So, boom. So that's how I'm showing you how to do dimensional analysis with all different types of problems, okay? So this is how we're going to do it with the IV flow rate. Remember, the IV flow rate was milliliter per hour, okay? So let me make it big since you say you can't see. All right. So the order is for lactated ringers to be infused over 90 minutes. How many milliliters per hour will you set the rate on the infusion pump? And you're going to round this to the whole number. So the first thing was to identify your elements and your goals. So what is your volume? Because remember, we're looking for how much of this solution, so milliliters or liters, and how long will it take to infuse inside the vein. So we got 500 milliliters that's ordered, and it's to be infused over 90 minutes. That's the key words that you want to look: to be given in, to infuse over, to go in at. Okay, you'll have a frequency in your IV problems that is going to be fluff, and you're going to want to pick it, and then you're going to think about me saying don't do that. Are we asking about days? We're asking about milliliter per hour. So why are you using that? You don't take the whole 8 hours or 12 hours that it's ordered for that little bit of fluid to go in, right? You need to look for to go in, to infuse over, to go over, okay? So we got 500 milliliters. Our time is 90, and then our goal is milliliter per hour. So then we need to see what our other puzzle pieces are, right? All right. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. So start with what you're looking for. We want milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So we have 500 milliliters to go over 90 minutes. So then we've got minutes at the bottom. We need minutes to go at the top because we need hours. So you'll do your conversion. 60 minutes over 1 hour. Your minutes cross. Milliliter per hour. Okay? Hey, I'm glad my friend shared this. I'm glad they did too. Thank you, friend. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. And thank you for the roses, Aisha. Miss Aisha Bell. Okay, somebody said something and I missed it. Basic calculator. I'm taking med-surg. Okay, then. I want to go to surg tech school. Math is my failure. Well, it won't be after this. Nursing school in September. It's almost September. All right, what you want divided by what you've got the times in the amount. Okay, I don't know what I'm saying now. We have our first dosage exam next week, and our professor hasn't even touched on teaching this. Well, Brienne, you're going to be ready, ain't it? They're going to be like, how you know how to do that, Brienne? You'll be like, some lady on TikTok and YouTube named Nurse C, a blood star in, taught me how to do this with puzzle pieces. Hey, KK. All right. I missed a step. That's okay. We're going to keep on doing these all night. Well, not all night, but for the rest of the duration. Because we've done it the same way. We've done it the same way every single time. And if y'all want these study sheets to see how you set it up for each different problems, they're on my website, right? So once we have our problem set up, we multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom. The instructions on the question, told us to round to the nearest whole number, so it'd be 333 milliliters per hour. And congratulations. I do have a magnesium problem. If y'all just let me get through maybe 1 or 2 more slides, and then we've got some more just regular problems that are harder. So, I did this to kind of like do a deep dive into how you set it up, why you set it up, what puzzle pieces are, how you identify them for the new people who have started school. Hopefully you will be a study buddy that comes back. All right. So then here's the dreaded drops per minute question, right? You appreciate the deep dive? Well, y'all asked for it. You have not because you asked not. All right. So listen. Okay, we got 5.9 likes and 181 folks up in here. I don't know. 1,000 mLs of normal saline is to be infused IV over 8 hours. Remember, I told you it was going to be a frequency in these, right? All right. Is that a frequency or is that the regular time? That's the regular time because it's said to be infused in, right? All right. So then the tubing has a drop factor of 15 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will the nurse set as the rate to administer the fluids? And we're going to round these to the whole number. More times than not, you're going to round these to the whole number because you can't divide a drop. If you go into the kitchen and you see a drop stop right in the middle of it, I'm getting out the kitchen, right? So you have to round to the whole number. So what are our elements? What are our puzzle pieces, right? We've got 1,000 milliliters to go over 8 hours. They go together real bad. Keep them together on a puzzle piece. Then you've got your drop factor. So you have different size tubings that will give you different size drops in the drip chamber. Your drop factor is simply how many drops are going to be in that drip chamber that will administer 1 milliliter of fluid or medicine. That's it. So when you have your gravity problems where you have to do drops per minute, you'll see a drop factor, which in this case is 15 drops per milliliter. This is known as a macro drip. So remember, macro means big, micro means little. There are several macro drips because they're big, fat, juicy drops. There's only one micro drip, and that's always going to be 60 drops per milliliter. So if you see a problem and it's asking you for drops per minute and they just say micro drip, Blue's Clues, 60 drops per minute, okay? I mean per milliliter. Sorry, I misspoke. So our goal is to get drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. We know that 1 hour is 60 minutes, and we're going to start with what we're looking for, which is the 15 drops per milliliter. So then we're going to align the rest of our units. So we got 15 drops per milliliter. So we're going to put our 1,000 milliliter per hour. That's the next puzzle piece. And then we got our 1 hour at the top, so we can cross those hours out so we can have minutes at the bottom. Do you see what I mean by we're simply solving puzzle pieces and to get to the goal? This is not heavily math laid. Now, if you want to do some math, we can do some math because I loved math when I was in nursing school. I hated this way. I didn't understand it. I didn't know why pieces were supposed to go in this place and what to start with. Where does the one go? Why do we put this on top? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like it. But once I understood it and I broke it down and I'm like, this is where it's at. You can solve all of your problems doing the same way, except for the ones that require you using a formula and plugging in information. So once you get it done, you've milliliters crossed out, hours crossed out, minutes crossed out. I didn't cross them out, but I'm gonna cross them out now. Sorry. So boom, that's gone. This is gone. All right, and then you got drop on the top and minutes on the bottom. You multiply across the top. That's you, Angelica. You multiply across the top, you multiply across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom, and you'll get 31.25. Would you round it to the nearest whole number? That's going to be 31 drops per minute. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. All right. Weight-based problems. These are my favorite. I absolutely love them. I can do them all day long. So when you have a weight-based problem, you have an order for an amount, and that amount depends on the weight of your patient. Okay, we're going to do these, and these can get a little bit long and they can get a little bit intimidating. But if you're good at solving puzzles, then this is where it's at. I'm going to zoom in. I was just talking. Hold on. All right. I have some drops per minute questions coming up. I think this one, and I got a heparin one to show you just how to do it step by step, just so you can see how to go through the problems, and then we'll do some more problems, okay? So you use PPP to find your element. So that means you need the patient's weight, You need the prescription, which is the provider's order, and you need your product, which is going to be the concentration of the medicine. So the problem says the provider has ordered a critical care drip of drug in 8 micrograms per kilogram per minute for a patient that weighs 172 pounds. The pharmacy has drug in 250 mgs and 500 milliliters of D5W. What is the flow rate in milliliter per hour to correctly administer the medication? So you're going to identify your P's, right? The patient's weight, the prescription, and your product. Then you're going to write out your necessary conversions. Sometimes you can just throw them in there. Sometimes you want to put them on the side where your puzzle pieces are at. Either way goes. I like writing the information from the problem and sometimes the conversions on the side so that you can see what you're working with. Because like I said, it's easier to see the puzzle pieces when you have them, put together instead of trying to dive back into the problem when you're already confused and frustrated. So try it out. All right, so start with what you're looking for. So I'm looking for milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So I choose that puzzle piece that has the milliliter in it. Okie dokie. So 500 milliliters, so we're going to flip stuff, okay? It's okay. Yeah, I promise you, they're the same thing. It's gonna work out for you. You start with what you're looking for. You don't have to go and find it, okay? So we already got that part of the goal. So we need to cross out everything else until we get hours on the bottom. So then you align the rest of your units. All right. So milligrams over microgram, because our medicine, our order was 8 micrograms per kilogram per minute. You can't put a milligram on top of a microgram. They have to be the same exact unit. Okay, sometimes you'll see at MEQ, which is a milli equivalent, and folks freak out. They was like, I don't even know what a milli equivalent is. Neither do I. But I know that potassium comes in milli equivalents because it's an electrolyte, right? If it's on the top, it's on the bottom, it crosses out, I mind my business, okay? So milligrams crosses out, micrograms then cross out. Then you've got kilograms and minutes at the bottom. So I'll put my kilogram at the top. Is 2.2 pounds because the patient's weight came in pounds. It didn't come in kilograms. A lot of people like to go ahead and convert the kilograms to the pounds to kilograms when they first see the problem, because that's what they know how to do. They pull out 2.2 divided by real quick because you know how to do it. But that's an extra step. And what did I say about extra steps? The more steps you take, the more mistakes you make. Because then if you get a decimal and you cut the decimal off or you round it, that can change your final answer. Let the math do the math. The math is going to math at the end as long as you line your units up, okay? I was one of those people. I kept converting it back to kgs and it was so confusing. People want to, well, I'm going to change it to microgram and milligram. Don't do nothing but put in your conversion. If you know your conversions and you have your units set up, you see everything crosses out systematically and that you don't have any room for error when you've got everything on the top and on the bottom to cross out. Okay. Do I prefer ratio or dimensional? I like dimensional now. I was a ratio and proportion girl back in the day because I like math. I was good at math. Like I said, I was a pharmacy technician before I was an LPN, before I was an RN. I like math. The math was mathing, and I knew I could do it. But now, for people who aren't good at math, who don't want to memorize formulas, who like doing it the same way, because with the math on different problems, you have to take different steps to solve it. We've done this the same way from when we first started out the beginning of this session with metric conversions, and now here we are with weight-based, and we've done it the same way. The same way. All right. So everything crosses out until you get milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So DA is the best. According to me, it is, but some people like desired over half. But some people are really good at math. So, it just depends on who you ask, okay? Math always gives me anxiety. Hey, Brianna. How you doing? All right, so multiply across the top. So you see how those numbers got really, really, really long, and you're like, oh, that's a big number. Just keep on dividing. They'll get back small. So this I would heavily suggest that you use the calculator trick on ones like this, because they can get some pretty long numbers. And if you don't write it down exactly how you got it off, and then how you got it off the calculator, I said got it off, Lord. Woo, this slip, Freudian slip? No, I don't know. Anywho. If you don't write it down exactly or put in all your zeros, you're going to mess your problem up, right? All right. Okay, so then you get 75.05, and we round it to the nearest the whole number, not the nearest whole number, the whole number. Okay, so yes, the calculator trick for those who were not here earlier. So when you have those long numbers, then you don't want to write all that down, because what if you forget a zero? What if you don't put it in right? What if, I don't know, just what if? So you're going to put all your numbers in across that top line of numbers, and you're going to hit multiply, okay, in between them. So 500 times 1. If you want to put in the ones, because they don't make a difference. I'm just telling you because that's what it's on the screen, and I don't want to confuse you. I don't put in the ones because they don't make a difference, okay? So 8, there's another one, 172 times 60. Once you get to that equal sign, don't hit equals. You hit divide. Okay? So you see already in my calculator, after I hit divide, that big old long number popped up. So then all your numbers on the bottom, you'll enter and you'll hit divide. So 250 divide 1000 divide 2.2 equals. Woo. The answer. I'm legit doing dosage right now. I hope this helps. I pray you do too, Lola. Let me know. Come back like all the rest of these folks don't came up here with these 90s and 100s and passing increases and stuff. I love it. I love it. Okay, how do you know when you're supposed to use the 24-hour or 1 day in the calculate? You use that goal, what you're looking for. So that's the part, that's the purpose of the goal. It's not just to stand up there and look cute. It's to help you to weed through the fluff, see what parts, puzzle pieces that you're using, and how to start and set it up. If it's not a part of the goal and it doesn't fit in there, then don't put it in there. The goal is what it's asking for, and that's what we want to give it. Nothing more, nothing less. I just started my 2nd year, and I have a test already tomorrow, and this has been a great refresher. Awesome, TK. I'm excited. You got to come back Sunday night and let us know how you did. So Study Buddy Sunday will be 7:30 p.m. Central Time. And don't forget, you can watch the replay if you enjoyed this session tonight. Like it, subscribe, share it, do something. And come back, okay? All right, so heparin. I think this is the last kind of slide that I got set up to show you how we use dimensional analysis to solve, okay? So heparin is a weight-based drug. So it's much like the one we did before, okay? But it has units in it. When people see units, they freak out because it's not a gram or a milligram. Everything can be measured in grams or milligrams or micrograms. Some things are international units like insulin, like heparin, like Pitocin, okay? Everything, some things might be in milli equivalents like potassium, which is an electrolyte, okay? So just because it's a different unit of measure, don't freak out. As long as you got your units and they're labeled and you put them on the top and on the bottom and they cross out and you get to your goal, you good money, okay? All right, Dupree. Oh, shucks. Hey, I want everybody who has came on tonight to do me a favor, because nothing tells your worth or shows the world that you know a little something like the testimonies of the people that you help. My name is a Blessed RN on Facebook. My name is a Blessed RN on Instagram here. Give me a referral. Let them know. Let them know. I'd appreciate it. Because, I mean, I'm here doing a free live session. Y'all come and y'all kick it with me. You know, you're getting stuff. Help me. Help me help you. Help me help you. All right. So let's do heparin. So a patient has been diagnosed with a PE, right? So what's a PE? I told my entire cohort. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Is heparin a diabetic medicine or is it used to prevent blood clots? Just asking. I couldn't remember. It's anticoagulant. Yep, it's an anticoagulant. So this person has PE, which means a pulmonary embolism. So they probably had a clot that was a DVT and it broke loose and it traveled to the lungs, right? And that's no good, right? No good, no good, no good. All right. So we need to thin this blood out. So we need to put them on a heparin drip. So we got 15 units per kilogram per hour. That's ordered in the IV. The patient weighs 200 pounds. The rate, what is the rate of the infusion bag of heparin containing 40,000 units and 250 mLs of dextrose 5 in water? Okay, so what are we looking for? We are looking for milliliters per hour because it says what is the rate of the infusion, right? Heparin is given on a pump. It's going to be milliliters per hour. All right, so PPP, because remember this is a patient, a weight-based. Thank you for showing us step by step first semester LPN. Need help. God help us. Yes, Lord, help us all. You're welcome. All right. So PPP, the patient's weight is 200 pounds. Then the prescription is 15 units per kilogram per hour. So you see how it's got 15 units per kilogram per hour. You always put that first unit first on the top and then the other two on the bottom. Okay. Why? Don't know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm just a nurse who like to do puzzles. Okay. All right. So then product is the heparin, which is 40,000 units floating around in 250 milliliters of dextrose 5 in water. All right. So the patient's weight is 200 pounds. So our order tells us that we need kilograms. So of course we know that we'll need a conversion. Don't you touch it. You let the math do the math. You just set it up and do this one foul swoop. Don't add extra stuff in there. Okay, most of you have said that you have to do these problems in a certain amount of time. Some have time limits on there, so you ain't got time to be sitting up here doing this and then doing this and then do. Just set it up, cross it out. Once you get used to it, it kind of gets addicting. It is fun. So somebody earlier says, I like this. Am I crazy? No, you're not. You're just confident and you like doing them, and I like doing them too. All right. So boom, we're going to start with what we're looking for. So we were looking for a milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So we'll do that puzzle piece that has the milliliters in it. So 250 mLs over 40,000 units. And then we're going to align the rest of the units, right? So 15 units on the top crosses out with your units on the bottom. Is it a milligram or a gram? No, it's a unit. But I got it on the top, I got it on the bottom, and it's going to cross out, okay? So then we've got kilograms. So we'll do 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kilograms crosses out, and then I got hour on the bottom. I accidentally crossed it out because I got crossed out happy. Okay, don't come for me. It's still there because we don't have anything to cross it out with on the top. All right, but we cross out these pounds because they're not part of the goal. So we have milliliter on the top and milliliter on the bottom. Okay. Just looking at this problem makes me cringe. Well, it gets better. It gets better. Just give it a little time, okay? So then we multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom, divide the top by the bottom. And like I said, you'll want to use the calculator trick because you see all those zeros, right? You miss a zero or add a zero, it's going to change your problem, your answer greatly. Yeah, I was thirsty. It's hot in here. I got 2 computers set up. And I've been momming all day. Both of my kids got strep throat. It's crazy. All right, so you get 8.52, and then we rounded it to the nearest tenth. Why do we have kilogram per hour? Because that was part of the order. 15 units per kilogram per hour. Do you see it, Bellaville? And y'all, I appreciate you helping each other out in the comments. They go pretty fast, and I be talking and trying to do math and keep up. All right. So pause. How was that? Was it okay? That was the end of my deep dive part, and now I've got some more problems. Nurse tips. Nope. 90% is passing. I'm the only one that didn't pass the retake. Oh, man, that sucks. What'd you get? I missed it. I'm sorry. Do you get another retake? I'm scared. Okay. Johnny, you gotta walk out the classroom, take a deep breath, and come back in, because this is a no fear zone. We're gonna break it down, okay? We're just doing puzzles in here. We're not doing math. We're doing puzzles. Got an 88 out of 90. Man. So what was the answer of the previous problem? I think it was 8.52 equals 8.5 mLs per hour. Yeah. Okay, y'all let me know. Give me feedback now. Talk to me. Talk to me now. Talk to me. I've gone across the pond. Oh, buddy. Can you be my nursing instructor? No, I really cannot, because I have a bachelor's degree. I need a master's to be a nursing instructor. So I am a tutor, though. I am your friendly neighborhood. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it. I was mistaken. Sorry, I just joined. Oh, you're good. Do you have a YouTube? I do have a YouTube. It's my same name on here as it is on Facebook, as it is on Instagram. The YouTube, hey YouTubers, I thank y'all for hanging out with me and sticking with me. I've got a couple more problems up in me, and then we'll cut the live off on YouTube, and it'll be available for replay immediately. Yes, Chef Ash, I also do private tutoring, one-on-one. I sure do. If you go to my website, you won't probably see anything that'll fit your schedule, because I've got early morning sessions, midday, and then late at night. So if you have anything that, you want to try to fit in, you'll have to just get up with me, because life is crazy right now. So you see at the beginning of the live, I still had people calling for Reliatran, which is my non-emergency medical transportation business. And it's 8 o'clock at night. So yeah. I just need more weight-based, but I'm definitely understanding it more. So I'm grateful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How can you explain the medication label identifying the total dose? So you want to concentrate on the concentration. How many milligrams per milliliter, how many units, however many little floaty medical parties per liquidy parties, okay? First time on your live in my prereq course, just trying to learn advanced. I'm all lost. Okay, well, stick around, all right? So, drug C. Nurse C. All right, 40 milligrams is ordered in 4 divided doses, right, for in a day for a child that weighs 44 pounds. The safe dose range for this medicine is 22 to 32 milligrams per kilogram per day. Is this a safe dose for the patient? And if it is safe, how many milliliters would the nurse administer for one dose if drug med error drug C, supposed to be drug C, is available in 100 milligram per 5 milliliter. Okay, so with these types of problems, this is called a safe dose. All right, a safe dose is simply finding the range. So we know a range is a lower limit and an upper limit. And we want to know what are these two limits, and that's going to be considered your green zone. That's going to be where it's safe. If it's outside of those numbers, then it's not safe. So we take what is already given to us, which is your safe dose range. We use the patient's weight and we find those two numbers. Then we go back to the order, which is 450 milligrams, okay? And we see that fit in there. All right, so it says, is the safe dose. So sometimes they can ask for the amount per the whole day, which this has given us, right? All right, so is this dose safe? So we have the safe dose range. It's going to give us milligrams per day. It's going to tell us how many milligrams in the whole day. We'll then take what's ordered, which is one dose. That's 450 milligrams, and we'll times it by 4 so we can see how much is in the day and see if it's safe. Okay? All right. Just hang on with it. Just hang on. All right? So we want milligrams per day. So we're going to put to the test what we've been going over, okay? So we'll start with the lower limit. So that's going to be 22 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right. So I need milligrams at the top and days on the bottom. Don't touch it. Don't touch the weight. The math is going to math. That's an extra step. The more steps you take, the more mistakes you can make. Don't touch it. It'll take care of it. Okay. So then I know that my patient weighs 44 pounds. So I need to convert the pounds in kilograms. So 1 kg, it crosses out, and now I've got pounds at the bottom. Now I'll put my 44 pounds over 1. My pounds crosses out, and now I'm left with my goal, milligram per day. And now I can do the math, which would be 22 times 44 divided by 2.2. And that's going to be 440 milligrams per day. So that's the least amount. And I'm going to do the same thing with that 32 milligrams. So 32 milligrams per kg per day times 1 kg is 2.2 pounds times 44 pounds over 1. Kgs cross out, pounds cross out. Now I've got milligrams per day. Conversions are not the enemy. Once you do them and you see them and you work with them, look at the replay. I went over conversions on the first part of the live. My replay is on YouTube. I went blank for a second. I glitched out. And I talked about how you can kind of put these conversions in perspective and kind of memorize them. Makes it a little bit easier. So check it out. All right, so 640 milligrams per day. Okay, so our safe zone is going to be 440 to 640 milligrams per day. So that is the safe zone. That's the green zone, right? Anything less, anything more is not safe. Not safe. Okay, so what's ordered is 450 milligrams. Remember, that's 450 milligrams is ordered in divided doses. I read that wrong. So that's 400 milligrams in a day. And you have to divide 450 milligrams in divided doses. So for the whole day, it is 450. Okay? All right? So if you have 450 milligrams per day, and the least that you can give is 440, and the most that you can give is 640. Is that considered to be in the safe zone? Yep. It's safe. 2.2 pounds. 1 kilogram is 2.2 pounds. That's your conversion. That's an important conversion that you'll always need to remember. The order, the safe dose range is milligram per kilogram per day. So we had to do the conversion, and our patient's weight was in pounds. All right. So now that it says it's safe, we need to find how many milliliters. Whoa, I shook it. All right. How many milliliters we would give in a dose, right? That's supposed to be drug C. All right. So milliliters per dose. So mLs will go on the top. Dose will go on the bottom. All right. So if you have 450 milligrams per day, and you have one day that you give 4 doses in, and you have a drug concentration of 100 milligrams per 5 milliliters, how are we going to set this up? What are we going to start with? We start with milliliter. All right. So we'll take this puzzle piece and we'll flip it. 5 ml over 100 mg. Then we have milligrams at the bottom. So I'll use this puzzle piece right here. 450 milligrams per day. They cross out. And I've got milliliter at the top. But I got day at the bottom. So then that means I need my days to cross out. So we'll do 1 day is 4 doses. Days crosses out. And now you've got milliliter at the top and dose on the bottom. And this will give you milliliter per day. 5 times 450 divided by 100 divided by 4. No, I'm going to say 4. I'm a little southern. That's all. So 5.625 is what I got on my calculator. Right? So if we rounded this to the nearest tenths place, what will I can't talk. What will our answer be? 5.6. All right. So we'll have 5.6 milliliters per dose. I like it. Y'all like it? Do you like puzzle pieces? You can catch the replay. So what do y'all think about it? No? Leah, you're breaking my heart. You're breaking my heart. It got converted in the problem. It's alright. I'm okay. Alright. That's your truth. Speak it. It's not for everybody. Breaking my heart. Pretty brown eyes. Okay, Mariah. She is me. I am she. Do you always put milliliter at the top for the beginning of the problem? I start with what I'm looking for. It can ask me microgram per minute, milligram per minute, milligram per hour. All right. So it just depends on what your goal is. You start with what your goal is asking you to find. Okay. Start with the goal. What is this asking you for? Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. So the doctor orders IV infusion to be started at 15 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Patient weighs 155 pounds. The pharmacy supplies the medicine with a concentration of 500 milligrams per 250 mLs. How many milliliters per hour will you set the pump to administer the prescribed amount? So what are we looking for? Milliliters per hour. What are our puzzle pieces? P, P, P. All right. Got it. Start what you're looking for. Okay, bye, Xenia. Nurse tips. Thank you for coming in. Jennifer, I already started on this one. You can check out the live. Check out the live on my YouTube, the replay. Will I circle the goal? Yeah. That's the goal. How many milliliters per hour? Okay. So our patient's weight is 155 pounds. Our prescription is 15 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The concentration is 500, which is your product, 500 milligrams and 250 milliliters. All right. So if we have milliliters, what are we looking for? We look for milliliters. How we start. Sorry, please help. I'm trying to find tutoring links. I don't see it in my bio. It's not in my bio. It should be. Oh my gosh. Hold on. My phone has been jumping and I didn't even realize it. You should be able to click it. We starting with milliliters, right? Okay. Hold on. Let me show this real quick. But take the resources off. You should be able to go on there, but you're not going to be able to book on the site. So just send me an email or a message. All right, Sierra. Okay, we're gonna get through this. Okay, so all of that is a puzzle piece. You keep all your puzzle pieces together. So remember, the name of the game is get to the goal. The goal is the picture on the puzzle box, and we're going to put these together, and we're going to get through them by crossing what's on the bottom out with what's on the top until we have milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. Okay? You're welcome, Jay. Let's see. So 250 mLs over 500. Sorry, my Apple Pencil cut off a little bit. All right. So look. We got this puzzle piece right here that we started with, right? So now we've got milligrams on the bottom. We got micrograms in our other puzzle piece. Can you put a microgram on top of a milligram? No. So this is where your conversion comes in, okay? So I know I'm going to automatically throw milligrams at the top and micrograms at the bottom so that my milligrams cross out. And 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. Now I can use this puzzle piece and put my 15 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Micrograms crosses out now. And then we've got kilogram and minute. Neither one of those are in our goal, so we're going to still cross it out, okay? Alrighty. So then what do we got? Kilograms. My patient's weight is in pounds. So I know that 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Kgs are now gone. So then I put my patient's weight, 155 pounds. I'll put it over 1 because it's not with any relation to anything else. It's just by itself, right? Anything by itself is going to go over 1. We've used all our puzzle pieces. We crossed out all of our units except for minute. So the last thing we do is put our minutes on the top and our hours on the bottom. And I've ran out of space. But that says 60 minutes is 1 hour. And now your minutes crosses out. And you have milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. And you did it with that microgram per kilogram per minute puzzle piece in there. This is the exact kind of calc I got in NCLEX. You got one of these on NCLEX? Oh my goodness. That's shocking. Okay. So we'll do the calculator trick for those who aren't here or who need a refresher on it. This is how you get better at it. Practicing and doing it over and over again, okay? All right. Yes. Yes. Okay, so 250 times 15, because I don't put the ones, they don't make a difference, times 155 times 60, divide. So you see this big old long number? Yeah. All right. Divide 500, divide 1,000, divide 2.2 equals 31.70454, all of that. So if we wanted to round this to the nearest whole number, what would our answer be? I had this on my math test today and got stuck. Ugh. Oh, yeah, they can get a little tricky, but I love these. These are my favorite. And the ones where you have to find microgram per kilogram per minute. That's when the puzzle pieces really come in, because if you're not math savvy, then you don't know where to go. But we didn't know where to go either. But we knew what it was asking us, and we knew what we had, and we knew that we can put the units on the top and on the bottom and cross them out. I'm trying to tell you, they really make stuff hard and confusing and frustrating. And I get that. And so you might be scared. See, now I got to go out and come back in because I broke my own rule. But I don't want you to be scared. I don't want you to be afraid. I don't want you to be stressed out, because we're solving puzzles. And we've done about 5-6 different types of dosage calculation problems the same way. So when people get on here and holler about desired over have, I'm like, that's cool. It works at the beginning. But when you get to stuff like this, what do you desire? 15 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Well, how much is that? What do you have? Why you got the patient's weight in there? You see what I'm saying? All right. How long have I been live? A long time, David. A long time. I got a D&C exam in the morning. Oh, shoot. Well, go to the YouTube. My YouTube channel is a Blessed RN, and you can look at the replay there. This is so great for my chem class, too. Yeah, it's called stoichiometry in chemistry. Oh, y'all took care of the comments. I didn't even see it. Yes, they do, because it don't have to be this hard. Yeah, I'm telling you. All right. So y'all liking it? Is it making more sense? Because that's why I've been on here for an hour and 44 minutes with y'all. Throwing puzzle pieces around, okay? Well, that ain't that's not what them likes is saying. The likes are conveying, because there's 177 people on here. I ain't say gifts, because gifts are not required, but at least help me with the likes. So I can get other students to come in and I can help y'all. Yeah. This is making sense. Yes, sweet tea. I see, sweet like tea. You like it. You the more you get into it, I mean, it gets easier. This is the same calculations for the pharmacy technician test. Yep. You'll see the same type of stuff on there. What about calculating flow rates? This is the flow rate. I've been tuning in on Sundays and Wednesdays, and I feel so confident. Come on, David. I remember seeing you. I see y'all. There was just a question that threw me off on the review today. What was it talking about? I'm so glad I stumbled across you. I was stressing about my dosage calc exam. Well, I'm glad you're here too, Des. Hopefully I've alleviated some of your anxiety. I need help with these. All right, Maddie, let's do it. All right, so the patient is on a heparin drip with 20,000 units in a 250 ml bag of NS. NS is normal saline, all right? Just like LR is lactated ringers. You'll learn that when you get in school, okay? All right, the order is to deliver heparin at 850 units per hour. Calculate the infusion rate, milliliter per hour, and round to the nearest whole number. Do you figure things like this out at the hospital? Yeah, Pamela, especially when it is cyber attack like mine was. All right. So, yes, okay, I see you, Myra Bray. Come on. Our goal is milliliter per hour. Okay. So, what are our puzzle pieces? Puzzle pieces are things that go together. It had asked for milliliters of KCl that needed to be added to a bag of normal saline, then finding the drop rate. So, what exactly was it asking, David? Because you could use your goal, because some of that stuff might have been fluff, or it might have been a two-part question. All right. So, what goes together? 20,000 units goes over 250 mLs, all right? So they go together, we keep them together. That's one puzzle piece. That's a concentration. Okay. And then we got 850 units per hour. Okay. Boom. So if we're looking for a milliliter, what are we going to start with? Milliliters. This puzzle piece right here, 250 ml over 20,000 units. Okay, now we've got units on the bottom. I'll put my units on the top, 850 units per hour. Units cross out. Now I'm left with milliliter per hour. Don't put no 60 1 hour over 60 minutes and all that. It gets addicting, and you want to keep on going and putting in conversions and crossing out stuff because it gets fun. But don't go past the unit, okay? I mean, not the unit, the goal, because that's what it's asking you for. Only give it what it's asking you for, nothing more and nothing less. So we'll do 250 times 850 divided by 20,000. And I got 10.625. And it says to round to the whole number. So if we are rounding to the whole number, we'll go right here. This is 5 or more, so we're going to raise that score. So it's going to be 11 milliliters per hour. Yes, I see y'all with the answers in here. Good sign. I started nursing school next. Oh, you start nursing school next week, and this popped up. That's because y'all in here doing the god doggone thing with the algorithm stimulation and liking it because it's working. Y'all are learning. We're stimulating the algorithm. We get more students to come on, and y'all gonna pass. And then once all y'all graduate, you gonna give me $5. Come on, big nurse money. I love it. It's 205 people. Oh my gosh. Where are y'all coming from? I'm scared. Okay, I'm a little nervous now. Okay. Maddie, we can, she said, take my money. Y'all are funny. I'm just kidding. All right, so provider, this is a drops per minute one, okay? She said, I'll give you $5 next week. Okay. I'm a freshman taking chemistry for prereqs, and this is exactly what you're learning. Yeah, you're welcome. I sent a DM. Don't forget to send the link for one-on-one sessions. Okay. I'm going to check it. Look, I don't know. People been calling and texting, and all kind of stuff been going off. So once I do, we'll do 2 more, okay? And then we'll call it a night. What's the other method to do it? You can do desired over half, also known as formulas, or you can do ratio and proportion. Okay? So the provider orders lactated ringers 500 mLs to be administered over 4 hours. Okay? The tubing has a drop factor of 20 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will the nurse set as the infusion rate? Okie dokie. So what is our goal? What are we looking for? Oh man, y'all typing too fast. I can't read that fast and try to do calculations. I have peds dosage calc exam next week. I'm nervous. Carrie, if you go on my YouTube page, last Sunday I had a peds heavy session. Go and review that. I also got one in April that I did. I don't know where it is on my YouTube page, but I have it linked in the notes in my phone. So if you want the link to it, send me a DM. Second semester, and I got dosage exam next week. Okay. Well, I pray you do well. Okay, David ordered 450 mLs of D5W KCl. Figure the drip rate in milliliters of KCl you would need to be added to the bag. So with the drip rate, you would need a time. They only gave you an amount, so some of that stuff is missing. Okay, I'm graduating nursing school this December. Yay! It's Kayla. Come on, nurse is coming. All right, so what are we looking for? Drops per minute, right? I'm sorry, I had to go back and look at all the other comments. I'm sorry. Do we basically have to memorize conversions? Yes. you can't get around it. Desired of half, ratio, proportion, you can't get around it. And I go live every Wednesday and Sunday night. Sundays at 7:30 p.m., Wednesdays at 8 o'clock p.m. And there are Central Time because I am in Sweet Home, Alabama. Alrighty. So, what are we doing? Goal. Drops per minute. Okay. So, remember, you looking for the volume over the time. So, 500 mLs to go over 4 hours. And then you got a drop factor, which is 20 drops per milliliter, right? All right, so if we're looking for drops, I'm going to always and forever start with what I'm looking for, okay? So, boom, this one, 20 drops per ml. All right, I've used it once. I can't use it again. Now I've got milliliter on the bottom. I need milliliter on the top to cross it out because I already got my top goal, right? So 500 ml over 4 hours. You keep your puzzle pieces together. Don't go doing weird stuff and separate it and putting this and putting that. Keep them together. They go together real bad. All right. Milliliters are gone. Now you've got hours at the bottom. I need minutes. So I'm going to put my hour at the top and minutes at the bottom. 1 hour is 60 minutes. Hours cross out. And now you've got drops per minute. Okay. And that's that. And that's just that. Mm-hmm. 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 I got 41.6 repeating. So remember that you can't divide a drop, right? It's either a drop or not. So we're going to round this to the nearest whole number. So if we round it to the nearest whole number, our answer is going to be 42 drops per minute. Now, sweet like tea, just a couple of minutes ago, you was like, I don't know. Now look at you. You like these puzzles. I know you like these puzzles. It's been getting better and better and better. I'm telling you, it just takes it's intimidating, it's frustrating, it's all that at first, but once you get it, you got it, and it's there forever. Yeah, yep. I'm glad. I love it. Yes, I love dimensional analysis. Now that that you get it, that's your last year of nursing school. It's gonna pass by so fast. Paulina, I did a safe dose range question not too long ago. You could look at it on the replay. So the replay is going to be on my YouTube channel. I'm gonna do one more, and then we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna cut it off, and then you can replay all you want to. You can also look at the other sessions that I've done. I did one Monday night because when I came on Sunday night, my internet was not working, and I had to resort to a whiteboard. And so I just had to do a whole session on Monday night instead. So that one's there. The past Sunday, I did a whole PED session with BSA, weight base, safe dose range. What else was in there? It was just a whole bunch of PED stuff. So that's on my playlist too. I also got problems that are broken down by individual playlists. So if dimensional analysis is not your thing, I'm not gonna hate on you. I'm not going to hate you. I want everybody to pass, no matter which method you use. I like this one because it's easiest for those who don't know math or don't know where to go or what to start with, and you know how to do it. But I got playlists with dimensional, with ratio, and with desired over half. So yeah. The healthcare provider orders drug ARA, a 1 gram over 1 hour IVPB every 24 hours. That's what Q 24 hours means, right? The concentration of drug ARA is 1 gram in 250 mLs of D5W. Calculate the infusion rate milliliter per hour, round to the whole number. Okay, thank you. I love DA. Cool. Me too. I didn't like it when I was in school. This is excellent. Thank you. You have a new follower. Oh, thank you. Carol, I'm new here. How did she get what? How did I get what? I love what you're doing here. Thank you. You're real good. Thank you. Y'all are so sweet. I appreciate it. Thank you for the encouragement. Times get hard, especially when both of your children got strep throat. Lord have mercy. But we're here and we're almost done, okay? And remember, this was like a deep dive. So if you were new here or you just started school, go back and watch the replay because I went all the way back about rounding, conversions, how to set up dimensional analysis, the dimensional analysis for all of these problems, why you flip stuff up and down, what goes together, how you identify stuff, okay? So yeah. All right, so what is our goal? Our goal is milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. All right. To find grams, is this asking us to find milligrams? Is it asking us to find micrograms? It's not asking us anything about mass, right? We need volume, okay? So what is fluff in this problem? The grams. All right. Is this asking us about how many times we're going to give this in a day? No. It needs milliliter per hour. So we need volume over time. So what is our volume? 250. What is our time? It literally says over 1 hour. So that's fluff too. So we're going to put 250 mLs over 1 hour. IV piggyback means that it's a secondary medicine. You have like a primary line that's infusing your maintenance fluid, like lactated ringers or normal saline or whatever they prescribe. What's going to be hung up higher, like a piggyback ride, is that drug R, and it's going to infuse. And then once it's done, then the main primary line is going to start back infusing. That's all that piggyback means. But you don't even need to know that right now just to solve this problem, okay? Don't get intimidated by the words. It's stuff that you don't know. And now somebody would have probably wanted to put 60 minutes and hours and all this, but doesn't this have milliliter over hour? That's it. It does not have to be hard. Stop making stuff hard. It could all be so simple, but you rather make it hard. Don't make it hard. Stop making it hard. I'm trying to give you puzzles, right? Puzzles aren't supposed to be hard. All right. The fluff be trying to get me. All right. So I'm going to look for some super duper fluffed up stuff. I mean, I'm going to fluff it up. And see, when I try to fluff it up, I mess it up. So I'm going to look. I'm going to put my feelers out, all right? And we'll practice going through some fluff. So we use the goal and what we're looking for, and that kind of helps you navigate through the problem to see what it is that you need. Because remember, we are looking for milliliter, which is volume, over hour. So why are we looking at grams? It's the same gram because it was 1 gram that was in 250 milliliters. So in that bag of fluid is 1 gram floating all through there. Is it asking us how many grams we're getting in an hour? No, it says milliliter per hour. So you don't need it. So yeah, we will practice defluffing problems. Let's do that Sunday. So I got homework to do. Okay. All right, y'all. I thank y'all for joining me tonight. The study part is over. If you want to stay around and ask nursing questions, I have been a nurse, a pharmacy technician before I was an LPN, before I was an RN. I am going to cut this part off. What's the cast? Oh, and then thank you YouTubers for joining in with me. I hope that this was beneficial